Hey, 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 good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're well. How you doing today? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Welcome. Welcome to another week. Happy Monday. I can't believe it's Monday. And also, I can't believe it is almost the end of September. Do you know it's almost Christmas? Hey, 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 how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Well, welcome to the show. My name's Steve Woody, I'm the Undisputed Noob, and happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. So, I don't know why, but every now and again, something fun happens with technology, and today is no different. I have nothing in front of me, as per usual. Like, for some reason, Restream is just, like, I like Restream. I think Restream's good, but it's been playing up a little bit lately, and I'm not really sure what to do about it. So I can see who's online, but I can't see what platform you're on. I can see the messages. I think they're all coming through now. But I'm just going to set my screens back up again. So hopefully you can hear me okay. If you can just let me know in the comments, can you hear me okay? Because that's going to be my biggest concern, is I spend the next 2 hours talking to myself. I just want to check. I can see the comments are coming through. Good morning, by the way. Good morning, John. Hello, Cody. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Hello, Fitzy. Good morning, Mom Fitzy. Octo, hello, hello. Congratulations on the scholarship, by the way. Miracle, hello, my friend. How you doing? Eric, hello. You can hear me. Hello, hello. Yes, can hear me perfectly great. My name is Lady Steve, and I'll explain why in a moment. And I'll be your host today. Now we're gonna do an interview today. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have an interview today, and let me just check. I'm just making sure he's set up on Discord and ready for the chat. So there's been some really interesting things that I've been learning about recently. And at Undisputed Noob, one of the things that we're doing is we transition forward. So if any of you remember, like, the old school days, when I started Undisputed Noobs, I was streaming Warzone. Like, it was just me streaming Warzone, and then things like Cyberpunk and different games. And then I kind of transitioned at the start of this year. So January this year, I transitioned into playing Dota and streaming Dota. I mean, I played Dota for years, but I started streaming Dota. And picked up good following, especially over in the Philippines. And enjoyed it. Have a community, built up a guild, and I unfortunately haven't been on Dota in a long time, but yeah, great game, really enjoyed it. And then Axie came along, and the whole NFT marketplace. And so now we're here. And I had to consider, as we move forward in the coming weeks, months, years, what do I want from Undisputed Noob? What is its purpose? What is its mission? What is its vision? Like, what are we trying to achieve here? And in reflection, whilst I was thinking about this, I've started to understand that it's more about community than anything else. It's about the people who are involved in the community, and it's about friendships, it's about connections, it's about community, like-minded people. And it was kind of what led me to the logo. So if you've seen the logo, and let me just like head over to Facebook, because if you look at the logo, if you've seen the logo, there's actually a purpose behind this. So the purpose behind the logo is that this is like a little hermit. He's like a little hermit crab, and he's actually got a little bandage on his head because he's a noob. And as you well know, noobs get bashed and beaten up quite a lot. So the whole idea is that this noob, or this hermit crab, with his bandage on his head, has these 3 points. And these 3 points, they represent our 3 core values. So for those of you who know and understand are a part of the community, you'll know that we have 3 core values, which is number 1, to be respectful. Number 2 is to stay positive, and number 3 is to have fun. And the reason that I created this is because people use derogatory words like noob or other words in games to try and almost bully people. In effect, it's a way of shit talking. It's a way of putting people down. And so, in my experience and understanding, the best way, or the best 2 ways that you can deal with trolls and bullies, is to either number 1, ignore them. Which isn't always possible, but that's number 1. And number 2 is to disempower them. How do you disempower somebody? If somebody's calling you a name, how do you disempower that person from calling you that name? Well, you own that name. You kind of take the power away so it has no meaning to you. Or you change the meaning. Like if somebody was to call me a noob and I got upset, that person calling me a noob wins because I got upset. So if that person calls me a noob and I laugh and I go, yeah, I'm a noob, then that person won't do that anymore because that has no impact. It's not giving them the desire. They want to cause pain. And if they're trying to cause me pain and I'm not letting them cause me pain, then they're going to either get bored and move along, or they're going to have to try something else. So this was a way of creating the Undisputed Noob. Is really about creating undisputed empowerment. And so the positivity, the respect, and the fun is all around the empowerment as gamers, that we kind of, because you have to understand, like, why do we play games? And I'm not talking about play to earn games where you can say, I'm doing it for the money, because that never used to be a thing. We always used to play games as a form of escapism, because it was our way of escaping from reality, from getting away from the world. You know, the world can be a bit of a shit place at times, and so sometimes to escape that trouble, we play games. Now, if you go into a toxic environment online and you're trying to escape toxicity, and you come into an online environment that's toxic, you're not able to escape. Therefore, you're not able to get that release. And that's what I really wanted to create within this community, is a safe space for people to escape from, but also that they can become empowered, that they can learn, that they can grow. And so that is what our community is all about. And it's why we're different. It's why we do things differently here. And so I just wanted to share that for those of you that don't know, because there's a whole meaning behind Undisputed Noob. And as we start to move forwards, you're going to see a lot more of this. And also it's going to become very empowering when we start doing our merchandise giveaways, and you can start owning clothing and items and things. And especially when we do the giveaways and things like that, you know, you can have a form of pride knowing that you're part of a movement, because that's what we're trying to create here, is a movement. So yeah, very good. So what I want to do here is I want to consider what is the purpose as we move forward with this Undisputed Noob community. And it's not just about playing games. It's not just about playing Axie. It's about how we can grow in all different areas of our life. So another 3 meanings that you can give to these triangles is you can consider this your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, and your mental well-being. So when we talk about empowerment, you need to be physically empowered, you need to be emotionally empowered, and you need to be like mentally empowered. There's different ways to approach this, because if you're not in a good headspace mentally, then you're not going to be in a good place physically. Okay, if you're not in a good place emotionally, you're probably not going to be in a good place mentally. So they have to align. There has to be a balance. And so in the middle of this movement, of this brand, of this community, there's balance. There has to be balance. And so how do we balance this channel? How do I balance the content? Well, I bring you some trading. I bring you some investment. I bring you some fun. You know, we're going to mix it up, and we're going to do different things. And so today, what we're going to do on the show today is I'm going to invite a friend onto the show, and we've been talking about crypto for a while now, and we've been on our different journeys within crypto. Some are the same, but we've both done some research, and we've pivoted back to the same point. And he's done a lot more research on this than me. And I said, look, hey, why don't you come on the show? Why don't you come on the show, and why don't you share your research? And so there's some really, really exciting things about if you're thinking about the future and investments and long-term wealth, then this is definitely something you're going to want to hear today. There's some things that we're going to talk about that hopefully will give you maybe a different perspective or a different thought process into how we're going to move forward in this entire space. So with that being said, before we do get started and jump into that, let's just have a quick look at the markets. Let's see what's happening. So let's bring down the graphs and let's pop into Ether. How's Ether doing at the moment? We had a big pump which was yesterday, which was nice. In fact, what was that yesterday? That was about, I'm going to drop to the top. It's almost 10% pump, which was lovely. So we had the dump before the weekend and then the pump back up. It always dumps at the weekend. Normally dumps, goes sideways and then pumps. It's just typical weekend behavior. So now we're pumping back up to over 3,000 on Ethereum. Okay, good to know. Look at AXS and see what's happening at AXS, and it's kind of sitting on this bar still at the moment. It's not really doing too much. Going sideways a lot. I think people are going to start to look at picking up AXS again soon. I feel like we're going to have another pump incoming. Not now, not yet. We broke that last trend line. We're in a bit of a sideways trend at the moment. Not really a lot happening at all right now. You could almost argue, and I mean, look, you can find whatever you want to find. Like if you're looking for a needle in a haystack, you can definitely find it. It's there. And I actually don't even like going on to this. I don't even like using the chart. I like using it. If I'm going to do any form of and I've mentioned this before, any form of trend line, then I'm kind of always going to look to use the daily chart to do that. So I feel like we've got a bit of a trend going on here, and now we've got this kind of upward trend going. It almost feels like we could be, and I'm not saying we are, but it feels like we could be in a bit of a pinch. Feels like we could be in a bit of a pinch. Could be consolidating here, ready for a move. We also know that we've got, if we look at SLP, look, we know that we're just a little bit away from when I said, I think, so this was the moment when I said, I feel like we're going to get the Ronin Dex. We're looking from today, anything from the next, I mean, this is 13 days away. So for the next, this is what, 3 to 13 days. So anything between the next 3 to 13 days, I am expecting an update from Sky Mavis. This is, again, it's only an opinion, but it's what I believe is possible. So we also need to have a look here. So we had a big candle drop down to this line and punch back up again. So now we're getting these new trends. So we can see we was in this downtrend. We broke the downtrend. We retested nicely. And now we seem to have picked up this new trend line. So now we should be in an uptrend, which is what I said here. Now, as you can see here, if we look, the uptrend that it looks like we're in is going to be slightly different to the one that I mentioned. So I thought we would have actually been up a lot higher than this. So I think we're going to follow this up around here. And I think that somewhere around the 5th of October, when is the 5th of October, by the way? That's going to be a Tuesday. So maybe like the 4th or the 5th, I think, maybe around that time, somewhere in the middle of this. I think this is when the Ronin Dex is going to come out. So I think we're going to trade up here, all the way up to the middle. So this is, let's just redo this because I think it's changed. So I think we're going to come up here like this, and then I think we're going to shoot up. Okay, and then I think we're going to go sideways again. This is my immediate future plans or thoughts. Now, like anything that happens when you have a big pump like that, we'll get a 50% correction because we normally do. So we'll get a big pump to the upside, 50% correction, and then I think we'll continue our journey north. So it's going to be something like that. In fact, we'll probably come up, test again, and then we'll come up. So maybe something like that is what I'm looking at the moment. But it is also possible that at this point we test this, we don't hold this line, And it's possible that we might actually come back down and test this line instead. So there's kind of two ways that I see this going. Now, you might think, well, I had a prediction before. Why is that prediction not come true? Like, here's the thing. With any thesis that you set yourself, it's either going to work or it's not. Okay, it's 50-50. And no one knows what's going to happen. So all you can do is you can have an idea and then you watch the candles as they print. And was your idea right or was it wrong? If it was right, great, carry on. If it was wrong, okay, why was it wrong? Learn, look into it, and then try again. You don't go, oh, I got it wrong, I give up. Like, that's imagine having a baby, right? Imagine having a baby that's learning to walk, and you say, oh, do you know what? You can't walk, just give up. Like, you're never going to let that happen, right? Like, a baby will walk. And the reason a baby will walk is because you will not give up. You will not stop training that baby until it can walk. Well, think of yourselves in trading as babies. And in these early stages, you will make mistakes. You will fall over. You might hurt yourself. But the idea is that with some guidance and support and with some training, you will get better. And so you have to understand that. So this is what we're going to look at the moment. We're going to look at what's going on here, and we're going to keep doing this. So I feel like right now we're in this uptrend. You can see this downtrend. And we know that the trend is your friend until the bend at the end. You can see it broke here, retested perfectly, and now we're coming into this new trend line. So this new trend line that we're coming into, waiting for the news for the Ronin index. And I think we're going to go up here until we get that news. Now, this could be delayed, so we might follow on this path. But we should be expecting around the first week of October. I'm hoping we'll hit 8 cents at the end of the first week of October. And by the middle of October, I'm hoping we'll be at 11 cents for SLP. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll see. That is everything there. All of the markets are looking great this morning. They're all up. They're all doing well. I'm loving Solano at the moment. I actually got into Solano a little while ago. Today, actually, I bought into Solano a little while ago, and that's going up, which is lovely. Luna is doing well. So let's have a quick look. See how the portfolio is looking, what we've got going on. I think at the moment we've just broken over the 82 mark, which is nice. Yeah, coming up to 84,000 now. So that's nice, looking good. And also, what that also means, and look, I'm still hurting from SLP. Look, I made a mistake. I bought into SLP really thinking we'd hit the floor. Really did. And I'm like $2,500 down on my SLP at the moment. So I don't always get this right. And it's worth noting that I don't always get this right, but I'm holding these. I don't worry about these because I know it will pick up. So I just hold them. I hold them and I leave them and I just come back to them at a later date. It's fine. I don't mind. So it will pick up. So that being said, there are a couple of other things that I'm really excited about at the moment. I've talked about this before. So one thing that I'm doing at the moment is I'm looking at form. And I've talked about this. We talked about it on last week's show. Form right now, as you can see, form right now has dropped in price. And you might look at yourself and go, oh, I bought form and now it's cheaper. Yes, bought form and now it's cheaper. That's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you bought form at 20 cents and it's now 15, don't feel bad because you've staked your form and you're getting 70% on your form. So it's absolutely fine. It will always go down, but you can never know where the bottom is. So better to be in at some point. And then if it keeps going down, just keep buying in. So I've set an alarm here. So here's something I'm going to show you right now. This is a good thing to learn. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this daily chart on form right now. So I've drawn my trend line. So I picked up this point here and I can see that we're kind of in this downtrend at the moment. Okay, so we can kind of see, if I look there at the market, I might say, okay, so look, we can see it's hit this point, hit this point, hit this point. There's 3 points there, makes a trend line. So I feel like we're in this downtrend here. So I'm waiting because the trend is your friend until the bend at the end. Okay, so we're waiting for this to break out. We know right now that it's coming down, it's going to break out, retest, and go up. That's what we're expecting. Okay, and then we'll have a new trend line. So that's what we're waiting for. So right now we're in this pattern. Well, how low can it go? How low can it go? Well, that's the question. And I don't know. But what I don't want to do is miss it. That if it breaks, I don't want to miss it. So what do I do? Well, this is my trend line. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this trend line. So I'm using TradingView. Okay, this is free software that you can use. I'm going to go to form USDT. I do everything in USDT. And I'm going to right click on this trend line that I've drawn. So let me just draw the trend line in again to start with. So on the left hand side, we can see this icon. Click this. Pick the point that you want. So I normally look, and you get used to this after a while. You can normally see where there is a trend. And there's no right or wrong answer here. You have to kind of learn some tools in your arsenal which will help you to identify them. But I'm going to go for this point right here. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to click that. And then I'm going to draw this line out. And I'm going to look, where does it cross the most points? Okay, so if I do it there, it crosses 2 points. It crosses here and here. All right, that's 2 points. Perfect. But then I can see it's already broken above that. All right, so that's not the trend I want. Well, what about here? Well, here, look, it goes through 3 points. It goes through 2 as resistance, 1 here, 1 here, and then it goes through this one as a support. So maybe this was the trend line, and maybe it's already broken. So maybe this was the downtrend, maybe it's already broken it, retested it, and now it's getting ready to go up. See, this is another possibility. Maybe we've already had the retest, because that makes sense, right? Downtrend, break, retest, up we go. So maybe we're ready for a breakout. Or maybe it's further along. Maybe it's here. Maybe we're going to use this one. So this has got 1, 2 points. Okay, so this doesn't really look like a good trend line at the moment. I mean, it could be. It could be that we're smothering this line. It's another possibility. Maybe I can push it up a little bit. How many here? All right, well, you can argue that here there's actually only 1 because that one's missed it. So might be a bit wrong. Come down here and there's again, pretty much only 1. So maybe that's not right. Here, not really. So you have to kind of ask yourself. And I mean, I could probably argue the fact that I can almost get 3 out of this. Almost. Not quite. And you can make things up that aren't really there. But 1, 2, let's just say we've got 1, 2, 3 points here. So I'm going to go with this one at the moment, thinking, do you know what? Maybe I'm under this. So what do I want to do? Well, I want to make sure that when this does break, I catch it. And so I'm kind of looking here at these movements here. These are quite big movements, whereas these ones are tiny little movements, which I don't think count. So now what I'm going to do is come into the hourly. So now I've got my grid, my line. I can come into the hourly and I can see here what I was looking at. Okay, so I can see that this is kind of where I'm putting my trend line. It's where I wanted it. And now I can almost see when I do this. Okay, that kind of makes more sense. I've hit that, hit this, and hit this. So this feels like it could be a bit of a better trend line. Will it go up any further? I mean, you could argue that it might also go up to these points here. So now I've got this here to just further solidify my thought process that this is a solid trend line. And if I come all the way back up to here, you can see it's kind of bounced off of it here, bounced off of it here, broken through it, bounced here. So now I'm starting to feel like this is a much stronger trend line. Okay, so now I come down here and I'm like, okay, so what do I want to do? Well, I don't want to sit and watch this all day because that's going to drive me crazy. And it could go at any point, so I don't want to watch this. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm actually going to set myself another line. And I'm going to set this line just underneath. Now, you don't have to do this, but this is what I'm going to do. Now, why am I going to do this? Because I want a little bit of reaction time. Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be much, but I want like a little bit of reaction time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this here. So as you can see, it doesn't really touch it much, but it's enough. It's enough that if something was to happen here, I've got about a 1.5% window. About a 1.5% window. Okay, so what am I going to do now? Well, I'm going to click on this bottom line. I'm going to right click and I'm going to add an alert on the trend line. And I'm going to say buy form. Create. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow me to see this popping up. And I can then check the chart and see what happens and I can watch it. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an alert on my phone. So I can right click here, edit this. You can actually show us a notification on the app and a pop-up and an email if you want. You can get an email as well. Okay, so I can get all 3. And what this is going to do is this is now going to give me an alert when it crosses this line. So now what I can do, and I can even change the color of this line if I want to. I can click on this line at the top here. You can just change the color. There you go. So I've now got this orange line, which is like a warning line for me. So I do this. So now I can close this down and I can ignore it. But when this comes back, I will be buying some more form. So what I don't want to be doing is messing about, because if this happens, I'm going to need to act quickly. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am going to open up my browser in a new window. Just bring it down here. I'm going to go to app.formationfi. So for those of you who remember when we had the chat the other day, I mentioned that the best way to buy your form is by swapping it on their website. So I use MetaMask. I'm logged in on the Binance Smart Chain, and I have purchased, or I've swapped. So if you've got your SLP and your SLP is in Binance, hold on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap my SLP on Binance for, I'm going to swap my SLP on Binance for BUSD. I'm then going to export my BUSD into MetaMask. I'm then going to come to the swap here, and I'm going to swap my BUSD for form. And what I'm then going to do at that point, I'm then going to hold my form. So right now, I've got my BUSD in my MetaMask wallet. If I click on MetaMask and scroll down, you can see I've got 1,000 BUSD there. It's waiting. So now what I'm going to do is I can click on this. I'm going to get 6,500 here, so I can click swap. All right, and if I confirm the swap, then I know I'm going to get 6,500 form for this. All right, but I don't want to buy it yet because I want to buy it when it's at its lowest point. And I can see it right now. It's dropped to 1.57. Or 1.52, sorry. Okay, so I know it's at 1.52. So this is where I'm going to kind of sit and watch and see what happens. Now, this is on the 1 hour chart. Now, I might want to, just to do things slightly different now, I might want to swap this alert line. Okay, so I might think to myself, right, I'm waiting for this to come down. All right, I'm waiting for it to break this trend line. But I want to buy in at some point. Like, I know it's going to keep coming down, so maybe I want to ladder in. Maybe I want to keep buying in a bit at a time. So maybe I'll buy in at 250, and then another 250, and another 250. So maybe I'll do something like that. So here we go. I'm going to look now at this trend line. Okay, and I can see right now where this kind of sits. And I can say to myself, well, I want to buy under 16. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete that line. I'm going to put a new one in, but I'm going to put a horizontal line in. Okay, so I can look here and say, right, well, where do I want to buy in? Well, maybe I want to buy in at 155. So I can double click on this line. Coordinates I can set at 0.155. Okay, that's now done. Then I can right click, set the alert, and I can say buy form. And then what I can do is, as this starts to drag down further, I can say, all right, well, I can buy it at 155. I know it's currently at 152. I could buy it at 155, and I'm happy to buy it at 155. I'm not trying to get the cheapest possible deal I can. I'm just trying to get a good deal. All right, because if I sit and try and get the absolute bottom, I'll miss it. There's a saying in crypto, as well as in life. Bottom pickers normally end up with smelly fingers. Okay, if you pick the bottom, you'll get smelly fingers. It's the same in life as it is in crypto. So just be aware of that. We're not trying to pick the bottom. We're trying to pick a point near the bottom. And we're happy within a range. So what we're doing right now is we're looking at this range. So I might turn around and say, right, it's at 152 right now, 1527. Okay, and I'm happy to buy in at 0.155. So I will leave that line there, and if that line goes off, then I'm just going to jump in and buy it. But it also might be that it drops down further. And if it continues to drop, then I might drag this line down and just move with it. Because remember, at some point, this could punch all the way back up to 1.67. It's very possible. that it could jump. And if it does that jump, we're talking about nearly a 10% jump. But you can see here, look, it happened. It happened, in fact, it happened today. Look at this jump. This jump here was a 9% jump. And that happened at 3 o'clock this morning. There was a 9% jump at 3 o'clock this morning, and then there was a correction back down. So what am I looking at the moment when I look at this graph? Well, I can see that it's pushing these lows, but the reason that it's got this wick on this candle, these are called wicks, by the way. So the candle is the block, and then you've got the wick at the bottom. So let me just explain something to you. And we've talked about this before. So what happens is, and we're going to the 15-minute to do this. And this is perfect because we've got 2 minutes left, so I can show you this. So what happens on a candle is, depending on the time frame, then this is 15 minutes, meaning that every 15 minutes a new candle will be formed. Okay, so our next candle, we can see the timer here, is going to be in 2 minutes. So what happens is, wherever the last candle closes, that is where the next candle starts. Okay, so wherever the candle closes is where the next candle starts. The candle will then either go up or it will go down. If it goes up, it's fine. If it goes down, it goes down. And then what we have is where the candle closes, where it ends, the next candle. So this one started right here at 0.1527. Okay, it started in the bottom right-hand corner of this red one, which is the top left-hand corner of this green one. All right, and we can see it then drop down, but at the moment it's picked back up again. Now, the reason that this is filled in, the candle, is because it's dropped down but filled back up again. If it dropped down, okay, you get this wick. This wick is where it kind of pushes down. But if it then closes, when it closes, it will be an actual candle. So it's all about the entry point and the exit point. So if it drops down, all this means is that it's dropped down, but it's picked back up again. Okay, so this means that within this 15-minute window, the price dropped all the way down to here, but then it quickly got bought back up again to close out here. Okay, and the same. It went all the way up here, but then it come back down again. So what we're looking at in these candles, what we're looking at is when did it buy in from the previous, and we're going to see this in the next 40 seconds, and when does it close? So when does it open and when does it close? And that is the body of the candle, known as a body. Okay, and when it goes extreme, you get what's called the wick. So the wick are the lines at the end. Now, if we look here, this is, you can call it a hammerhead, you can call it whatever you want. Siam calls it a high or a low test. And what he's looking for here is a wick, and Siam teaches this in his videos. He's looking for a wick that is at least 3 times the length of the body. So if you have a perfectly formed body with no wick above or below. So see here, this is a perfectly formed wick. There's a perfectly formed body with no wick above it. There's no wick above this one at 10. Okay? And there we go. Look, we've just created a new one. So you see we've moved across now? We're now here, which is why it's a line. So because this is a perfect body, and the wick goes down and comes back up, this is known as a test. Okay, you've got a low test or a high test. Now, with this, what it normally means is that if it comes down but then pushes back up and you've got a perfectly formed body, that is normally a sign of being what is called bullish. That normally means that it is going to go up. Okay, and if it's the other way round, so let's try and see if we can find one the other way round to show you. Here we go, perfect. This is a perfect test this way. So can you see here, we've got this perfect body right at the end. There's no wick below it, but you've got this beautiful wick above it that is more than 3 times the body. And look, here's another one actually. So look, this is a massive, massive one. So look at this. Look, the price was driven all the way up here and then it absolutely smashed back down. So what we have here is this beautiful long wick with a perfect body at the end. So this body is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, loads. What does that mean? That means that this one right here is a perfect sign that this market is going down. And then this is the same. It shows the market going down. And then what happened? Well, look, it went down. There was a huge drop. See, we got told about it. we could see the market was going down at 4:45 a.m. At 4:45 a.m., you could see that candle and say, the market's going to crash. Sell everything. Because you know it's going to happen. That was at 4:45 a.m. And then at 7:15, just a few hours later, literally 2.5 hours later, we can see that this market had crashed. Okay? So, what happened is the market crashed, and then what happens when there is a huge correction? When it overextends, when the market overextends like it has here, massive overextension, it corrects. So let's have a look here, look. So we can see this, and about halfway is around here, around this line. So we know that we've had a huge drop, 50% correction, and it's going to sit around here. So you can actually, like, if you start to understand this and start to look at this, you can start to see. Now, you can do this with SLP. This is not just about form. I'm using form as an example because you can actually see what's going to happen. So when you see this, you can see right here, look, this is where it's meant to be. This is where it recorrects to, and it's currently sitting here. It's under. So I'm expecting it to pull back up, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting right now. Now look, this candle here at 7:30 this morning wasn't perfect. Wasn't perfect because you can see there was still a wick at the top. This one was perfect. And what happened shortly after? Market went up. Look at this one, another perfect candle just here. And what happened? It pushed up a little bit. Okay, it's pushed back down again because we've had that correction again. But we can see that the market is kind of trying to decide what it's going to do. And so that's why I'm watching right now. I'm waiting because I want to buy in. But the question is, when do I buy in? At what point do I buy in? So we go back to the hour and I can see. And I can see where it is right now. So again, we have a look at this. Look for these candles. There's not really much in candle. Oh, there's one here, look. See this one? Again, on the 1 hour. Perfect candle. That was at 5 o'clock this morning. And then look, straight after that candle, what happened? The market fell. And then what happens? The market falls. From here, the market falls. And then it recorrects itself about 50%. Like, this is exactly what Siam taught us. And that is it's on YouTube. If you want to watch the video, go back and watch it. Siam talked about all of this. So right now, we're sitting where this correction is. So what's going to happen next? That's what we're waiting to see. Is it going to continue to go down, or is it going to push back up? Now, we know at some point it needs to come and it needs to test this line, this blue line. And that's what we're waiting for. It's just done it once. And so now we're kind of having a bounce, which means it could come down under 1.4. Okay, I'm expecting a bounce to come down somewhere around here, about 1.49, and it's going to come back up. Now, I would normally set an automatic buy at 0.149 to buy it automatically. But I can't do that with form. And so what I've done is I have my BUSD ready. I have the screen ready. Now look, this was 6563. Okay, 6563. And if I swap this, 6564. Now I know that's only one extra form, and you might go, oh wow, yeah, that's only one form. Who cares? These are the efficiencies that when you start paying attention to them, you want to get as many form as you possibly can. Okay, so when you look at my form at the moment, I've got 17,000 form currently staked. I'm going to be buying some more form, but what I want to do is get the most I can. So I could buy 6,500 form right now, and that's going to leave me, somewhere around 23,000. But wouldn't it be amazing if form dropped and I managed to get 25,000? Like if I could pick up an extra 1,000 or 2,000 form, that would be fantastic. So I want to just keep an eye on this, and I want to make sure that this form is as much as it, like, I'm not actually worried. I don't care what the US dollar value is. It doesn't bother me. My only thing that I'm interested in right now is how many coins do I have? Exactly, Aaron. Aaron, see, Aaron, not imagine if. Let me just tweak your comment ever so slightly. Imagine when. Not if, but when. Because it will. It will. And when it does, yes, I will be sitting Instead of on 2,600, I'll be sitting on 17,000. So it will do it. So this is all I'm doing. So every week I come in here now, I claim. So I've got 166 form I can claim. So I claim this, I confirm, I pay a very small fee. Okay, my form is now being moved into my balance. So it's going from my profits. It's coming into my balance. I'm doing this live so that you can see it. And this is 70%, by the way. I am earning 70% interest on my form. 70% interest. Okay, so imagine if I hold 10,000 form for a whole year, I'll make 7,000 form profit. Okay, if I hold 100,000 form, I'll make 70,000 form profit. So now my form, my profit is in my account. So what do I do now? I'm going to stake it. So I max stake, okay, and I can add that to this. Now, let's just go back across. I want to have a look on TradingView, see where we are. So look, I can see right now we're sitting at 1.53, okay, 0.153. So I'm quite happy right now at the price of this. I think this is a good price. So I'm going to do now what I call laddering in. So what a ladder in looks like is I'll come back to the website and I'm actually going to swap, but instead of doing all of my BUSD, I'm going to do 250. And that's going to give me another 1,641. Okay, and I'm going to swap that. I'm going to confirm, pay a small fee. You need to make sure you've got some BNB. You need some BNB in your MetaMask for the fees. And it's like 20 cents or something for the fee. It's small. In fact, if I look here, I can probably look at this and show you. We can view it on here. So 21 cents. So I paid, the transaction fee was 20 cents. Okay, to send 250. And that's fine. I don't mind that. Okay, so now that's done. I can come back to my pools. All right, and now we can see I've actually got 1,802. All right, and now I can stake that. Now, it might be that I want to wait until I've got all of my form, but then that might be a few days. We don't know when it's going to be. So right now, I'm happy because I think if I work it out, will my 2,000 form earn me more than the 20 cents it's going to cost me to stake it? You have to make, yeah, you can do this in Ethereum or BSC. Make sure you do it in BSC, because imagine all of these claims and stakes. Imagine if I was doing this on the Ether network and paying gas fees. It would be too much. So now I've got my 1,800 form here. All right, I don't think that purchase was enough to spike the market. So it's down to 0.152 now, which is fine. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. See if it drops down again. If it drops down to here, look where it was earlier. At 8 o'clock this morning, it was at 0.147. So if it does that again, I'm going to buy again. And I'm just going to keep buying in. So if it drops down, another 250. If it comes back up, yeah, maybe another 250. And we'll just keep, and if it keeps going down, we'll do it. And we'll just keep laddering in. So that's one way to do things. Or you could do it 200 a time and you can set your criteria. But the whole purpose of this is that I can do this. I can click stake, confirm, confirm, and that's it. So my 17,000 form now is going to become nearly 19,000. And remember, it is important that you journal everything. So there we go. I've got 18,882 form. And at the moment, as I said, I am not worried about the US dollar value, because I am leaving this form in here. Remember that form hasn't officially launched yet. This is still in pre-launch. It has, they allow you to stake at the moment, but alpha doesn't come out until Wednesday. So if we go across to Twitter, so what I've showed you so far is called technical analysis. The technical analysis is about understanding what happens on the charts and the graphs. Okay, that's a technical analysis. Now what I'm going to do very, very quickly is show you what is called a fundamental analysis. So a fundamental analysis is looking at social media, looking at markets, looking at things that are happening. So let's have a look. All major updates and news. Okay, so this was an update that was posted yesterday. Key updates. Alpha code is complete and will be ready to audit on September the 30th. I think that should be 30th, but September the 30th. Okay, so what does that mean? That means on the 30th, which is Thursday, okay, it will be ready to audit. So then we need to give it some time to audit. So on Thursday, it will be ready to audit. So alpha code is complete and will be ready to audit. So before they launch it, they're going to audit. You always know you have a good project when it has an audit. Companies that have an audit, if you are going to rug pull, if you are going to steal, if you're going to run away, why would you spend the time, money, and effort on an audit? You just wouldn't. So companies that have an audit are normally companies that you can trust. How else do you know you can trust a company? Look on their website. Is it a secure website that's well built? Or is it an unsecure with poor English that looks like it's come from the typical, Nigerian scammer where it's like, hey, I need your bank account details? Like, is it looking like a scam or is it looking like a project? Have they invested in the design, in the graphics, in the time and effort? Who is it? Is it got backers? Who are they backed by? Now, they might not always show you on their website. You may need to go and do some research. But if you look, Audrey Capital, Spark, Polygon, you look at some of these. Okay, look at like Lotus Capital. You look at some of these backers. These are big players. These are players that aren't necessarily going to jump into a project unless they trust or believe in it. So then you have a look and you understand what the project is, what it's doing, how it works. And then you realize, okay, this is something that's going to be big. They're going to have their own debit card. They've got their own app. So you'll be able to withdraw your interest and spend it like you can with SLP. So like SLP, but this is going to be something where with SLP, you earn SLP, but then what can you do with SLP once you've earned it? You can't do anything with SLP once you've earned it except sell it. That its only purpose is to sell or breed. And most of you as scholars are not breeding. So all you can do is sell your SLP. What do you sell it into? If you sell it into pesos, then you can spend your pesos, but then what do? You've got pesos and pesos are declining. Any fiat currency, whether it's US dollars, pesos, all declining. So you need to put it into something that's going to generate you money. You've earned your money because you've spent your time. So you've invested your time and you've got money. Okay, so now what do you do with that money? You can either spend it and then go back to square one where you have to use your time to earn more money and you're on that hamster wheel where you're going round in a circle. So I'm earning money, spending money, earning money, spending money. You can do that. That's fine. If that's you, do you. If that's you, then great. But if you want to break that cycle, if you do not want to be on that hamster wheel, then you have to make a change. And the change is very simple. And by the way, it's not earning more money. Because you earn more money, you just get onto a bigger wheel. Okay, you earn more, you spend more. You earn more, you spend more. You're still in that cycle. You have to break the cycle. So to break the cycle is very, very simple. You earn, but then instead of spending, you invest. You can spend some, but you invest some. And what happens is, imagine this, right? And let me actually, I'm just going to come across here for a sec. So imagine this, right? This is you. You're earning money. So time for money. So spending time, earning money. Spending time, earning money. Spending time, earning money. Then you take some of that money that you've earned and you put it into here. So now you're spending time earning money. But you're using money earning money. Using money earning money. And now, all of a sudden, you've got two wheels going. Okay? Two wheels is easier than one. You've got a unicycle and you've got a bike. Okay, so now you've got this going. Now what happens? You've got this earning money, you've got this earning money, and you do it again. Now you've got four wheels. Okay, four wheels is more stable than two. So now you've got four wheels and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you build out these different wheels. And if you say, and imagine this, imagine one wheel gets a puncture. Let's say you're ill and you can't work. You can't use your time for money. Well, okay, so one wheel got a puncture, but you have all of these other wheels that are still rolling, meaning you're still moving forward. You're still earning money, even if you can't work. Or if one of your investments goes bad, you've still got other investments. And that is the exact meaning of the word diversification. Okay, that is where you diversify. So at the moment, we're using our time earning SLP, using our time earning SLP. So take some of that SLP and turn it into pesos, but then take some of that SLP and set up another wheel. We need another wheel to start rolling. And that is what Form is. It's an example. It's one example. So many more of these. And so that's what I'm doing here. So now we look at this and we can see that on the 30th, they will be audited. Then Alpha will launch. Well, what happens when Alpha launches? What's going to happen to the price of Form? You know, when it officially goes into its Alpha launch, what happens? The price normally goes up. The value goes up, right? More people buy it because more people want to come and use it. Stablecoin rebalancing pool is finished. We have changed the approach to cross-chain transactions. Okay, so what they're trying to do as well, this is something that's coming in the future. You will be able to transfer money from one network to another. So you want to send Ethereum to Binance, Binance to Ethereum. They are creating a rebalancing pool, which is going to be cross-chain. It's going to allow cross-chain transactions. We've moved from event listening to status polling and added an extra layer of confirmation. Testing will start October the 3rd. Okay, so that's another thing. So we know we've got the audits ready to happen on the 30th. Ready to audit on the 30th. And then on the 3rd, this will be done. Single-sided staking is fully functional with no issues. Currently staking at 70%. That's what I'm doing. Okay, that's what I'm doing right now. Version 2 farming is fully functional with no issues. Current farming is 130%. Now, I don't do this. I'm only doing the 70%. I'm not doing the 130. I'm not going to talk about liquidity. I just don't do it. Pre-sale investors cliff opened on September 24th. Okay? Introducing velocity of volatility and variance, VVV. Crash projection for crypto DeFi portfolios. Article to be released this week. All right, so you have a look at what's happening and what's going on, and you start to see, you start to learn and see where these projects are in their cycle, when they're expecting to pump. I'm thinking that what will happen here is we'll continue to go sideways. And look, we pumped a little bit now. Look, we're up to here. We're up to here now, look. So I'm expecting this to keep going sideways up until this point, when I think it's either going to break down or push up. I don't know which. But right now, we've had a little pump. So we bought in back down here somewhere. I don't even remember where it was now. And we had a little pump up to this line. Now, it might come back down. It might go back up. I don't know yet. We'll see. But we need to understand. We need to know what's happening. Okay? We need to read these charts. We need to read the website. Read the social media. So when you do that, you get a better idea. You make better investments. You make better choices. Let me very quickly show you a different one that I did. So I did another one similar to Form, which was called Planet Finance. And also, by the way, I just need to let you know that the interview with Thomas, I made a mistake. This is my fault. The interview with Thomas, I actually said was today. In my head, for some reason, I had today. It is Wednesday. The interview with Thomas is on Wednesday, not today. I apologize. So we're gonna go through and talk about scholarships and investors and everything that's going on today. I'm just gonna finish this up now. I was doing this with the hope we were gonna move into Thomas because I wanna. Let me give you a little hint, okay? Because I've let you down because I was wrong. So we was meant to be doing it today. Let me just say that what Thomas is going to be talking about is crypto governance. And governance will happen. We have to be governed in crypto. Everyone says, oh, we like DeFi. We don't want to be governed. We don't want governments and institutions. And we don't want these people in crypto. Crypto's decentralized. It's, fuck governance. Like, that's what you hear a lot of people say. But it has to be governed. It cannot grow to the next level without governance. It has to be governed. So when it is governed, you have to start thinking to yourself and asking yourself, who will be what platforms will be used? And so we've done a lot of research into the regulated platforms that will be governed, and that when I say countries, the governments will use. The governments aren't going to use KuCoin. The governments aren't going to use Binance. The governments aren't going to use PancakeSwap. They're not allowed to do that. They need to use a regulated, governed platform. Okay, and we're going to talk about that and some other things around that on Wednesday. So we're going to talk about what we believe is going to be the platform that all of the governments will use moving forward, and our reasons why. So stay tuned, because that's going to be a really, really interesting chat, and very important, because you might think, oh, I'm not interested in that. You have to understand, because when crypto gets accepted in mainstream and it's governed, then crypto goes up. When crypto goes up, altcoins go up. When altcoins go up, NFTs go up. So everything's related. It's all interconnected. So you need to understand the marketplace. It's important. So Aaron's saying, Aqua has been on my news feed all week. Well, look, let me just tell you that I bought into Aqua at $130 a coin. I bought in $2,000 of Aqua at $130 a coin. As of today, right now, as of today, this is going to happen to Form next. I'm just showing you what has already happened. So let me open up my investing journal. Let me go to Aqua. So look, on the 11th of the 7th, I actually bought, $2,500. Right, so look, I bought $2,438 worth of Aqua, and I paid $159. Sorry, I got my price wrong. I apologize. I bought 15 Aqua at $159 each. Okay, I paid $2,400. Okay, I want you to see this. I want you to understand this, because when you see this, you realize that form is exactly the same. Form is exactly the same, but right now form is at 15 cents. 15 cents. Okay, Planet Finance Aqua, I bought at $159. I bought 15 coins. I was earning 208% APY. 208%. And it went up and it went down. At one point, I was earning over 500% because they tweaked it. They changed it for a week or two. All right, so look, you can see how much I've earned. Look at the profit over time. This is why I journal. I've made 5.95 profit in Aqua. Well, why is this important? Well, look at CoinMarketCap right now, and let's look at the last 7 days, and look what's happened to the price of Aqua. We're hitting, right now, let's go to all, look at that. So I bought into Aqua when it was here. When was it? Back on the 7th? Around here somewhere. I can't remember when I said it was. Let me have a look. So on the 11th of the 7th, okay? So the 11th of the 7th, I bought in here. I bought in right around here. So look, it went down, it went down, it went down, and then look, and now look where it is now. $700 per coin. My 2,000 investment is now worth $15,000. I could cash this out today for $15,000 right now. And I'm earning 251% a year. Auto compounding. Auto compounding. I only put in 2,000. Okay, you can see it now. In fact, let's update this. Let's update this together. So I do a new line. Okay, we're on the 27th. The 27th of the 9th. Okay, let's have a look at how much Aqua do I own in total. I own 21.3434. So we come back. I update this. Okay, what is the price of Aqua? It is 703. Oh, let me close everything else down. Okay, close it all down. Okay, here we go. 703. So look at this, by the way. 22nd, it was 287. 25th, 500. 27th, 703. Okay, and also let's have a look at the APY. Is 251. 251%. Look, my $2,400 investment is now worth $15,000. Okay, Let me give you that into a different context. I was earning at the start £300 per month in interest. Right now, today I am earning £2,200 per month in interest. Let me give you that 2,200 Great British pounds in PHP. I am earning 153,000 pesos per month in interest. In interest. This is a wheel that is turning. Okay? Even if I stop working right now, let's say I get sick, let's say I don't work, let's say I stop trading my time for money. Let's say I have a month where I do nothing. I don't get out of bed for a month. I still earn 150,000 pesos without doing anything. So you make your time work for money until you can make your money work for money. This is a difference between being employed and being an investor. Okay, you either use your time or your money, but both can earn you money. You just have to decide what you're going to use. Now, if you're in the early stages of your portfolio, if you're in the early stages, firstly, this is very important. Firstly, congratulations. The fact that you are involved means you are ahead of everybody that is not involved. Okay, so the fact that you're involved is great. Secondly, don't worry about the percentage returns that you're going to get to start with. Okay, 70%, 50%, 100%, 1,000%, it doesn't matter. If your coins are too small, then that percentage is just, if you've got £10 or £100, the return is going to be incredible on £100 compared to £10. So you need to first accumulate. Okay, the first thing you need to do is you need to accumulate as much as possible. So I would say to get the investment so that it is able to generate you life-changing money, which is what we're looking at here, right? You want to change your life. To be able to create life-changing money, the first thing that you need to do is you need to build up that portfolio. And there's a really good fable. Fable is a story. It's not a real story. It's a story, and it's about the story of the golden goose. And if you haven't heard this story, I'm just going to very, very quickly tell it to you. It's a great, great story. So the fable goes that a farmer went out into a field one morning and he had a goose. Okay, and the goose laid a golden egg. Now the golden egg, they sold it on the marketplace for money, and they were so happy. They had all of this money. Okay. The next morning they went out and the goose had laid another golden egg. They took the golden egg, they sold it in the marketplace, and so they were really happy. But on the third day, they started to get greedy. So what they did is, instead of waiting for the egg, because they were impatient because they really wanted their money, they decided to kill the goose, to cut it open, to get the egg out, but it wasn't there. And because they killed their goose, there was never any more eggs. Your investment is your golden goose. Your interest and your profits are your eggs. If you kill your goose, you will lose your eggs. Okay, you need to protect your goose. You need to protect your investment. You need to put as much money into your investment to get it to the point where it can look after itself. It's like a baby. It needs nurturing. Okay, so don't just say, oh yeah, I've made profit, I'm going to take it out, I'm going to spend it, I'm going to use it. Don't be too greedy in spending your interest. Okay, just trust and know exactly. And Aaron, I'm so proud of you, Aaron. So proud of you, because Aaron is the perfect example. If you want inspiration, if you want a leader to look up to, somebody who you can be inspired to follow, look at what Aaron is doing. Aaron showed up. He was part of the community. He showed up every day. He made an effort. He stood out. He got acknowledged. Not because he was crying. He wasn't begging. He just showed up and made a difference. Because of that, he got a scholarship. He earned SLP. He took his SLP from his scholarship when he got paid through us, and he invested it into Form, and already he's making a profit. I'm so proud of your portfolio, Aaron. I am so proud of your portfolio. So proud. And if that's not good enough, he's the one who give you the plant backline on Plant Aqua. You know, he almost schooled Cody. The Codinator. He took Cody's Codinator, reversed engineered it, and took him up to almost 2k MMR. And how many of you followed in his footsteps, right? A fantastic guy, a great role model, and someone that you should look to. Because I'm telling you now, because of what Aaron is doing, in 6 to 12 months' time, you come back here, and I promise you now, I guarantee, you look at where Aaron is. Aaron will be a manager. Aaron will have his own Axie teams. Aaron will have his investments. He will be in a position, I'm telling you now, in 12 months' time, if Aaron has not bought his own house, I will be so surprised. Because I think that Aaron, in a year's time, will be in a position to buy property in the Philippines. I truly believe that. If it wasn't for me, Steve, you wouldn't be able to learn about other coins like Cardano, where I finally earned your first NFT. Yeah, as well. So not only that, but see, this is what I mean about showing up. This is what I mean about showing up. Aaron, you showed up to a 2-day summit. You made the effort. You took part. You were there. And as a result, you were gifted and you minted your first Cardano NFT. So you actually own an NFT. And not only that, but you're going to own your Axie as well. You own other crypto assets. You are the perfect example of how to maximize what you have to get yourself to where you want to be. So I'm really, really proud of you. Really proud of you. Can we get a hashtag sneaky for the win? Hashtag sneaky FTW in the chat. Because you deserve it, my friend. I know you're saying you'll praise you too much, but no. No, just take it. This is not too much. This is deserved praise because you're taking action, you're learning, you're listening, you're applying, and you will make a difference. You will make a difference in your life and the lives of the people around you. And so I honor you. I honor you for taking that action, and you deserve the praise. So take it, my friend. Take it. You deserve it. And also, what about the Gods Unchained? Yeah, that's another thing that Aaron's doing, and he shared that on the show the other day. So great guy. Absolute perfect scholar. I couldn't ask for a better scholar. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, so this is just an example. Now, I'm not doing this to show off. This is not to brag. I'm not trying to impress you by showing you this. I'm trying to impress upon you that you can do the same. This is something that you can do. All right? You don't need to have $700 to buy one Aqua. You can start with 0.01 Aqua. Okay, it's going to still make a difference. So I wouldn't buy into Aqua right now. I'd wait and see what it's going to do. I might even at some point, I'm not sure. We're going to see. I'm going to hold on to it for now. But I mean, what happens? What happens to a market when it overextends? What happens? Right? This is starting to overextend. What happens? We're going to see a correction. We'll probably see it settle back down around a 500 mark. So what I need to do at the moment for this is look into something like CoinGecko. I can actually start. Oh, look, 721 now. 721 right now. So that takes me from 15,000 to 15,300. Okay? Does it make sense what I'm telling you, right? This is crazy, yeah? This is crazy. This is what's happening right now. And I'm not just showing you this so that you can watch me do it. I'm trying to teach you this so that you can do it for yourself if you want to. Like, that's the whole purpose of this. So, Aqua at the moment, maybe a bit too expensive. I'd wait for the correction. I would not buy into Aqua now. Do not buy Aqua now. I'm not recommend. I mean, look, I can't give you financial advice at all. I'm not in a position to. But my advice, my opinion on this and my advice on this, if I was to give you any advice, not financial advice, if I was to give you advice, would be to wait for the correction. Buy in as cheap as you can. So, yeah, watching this right now. I'm watching the charts. If I click on the chart here, there we go. Can't really do much with this either. It's not even on trading view. Yeah, there's no trading view of this at the moment. So I have to kind of watch it on here. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, this is the daily chart. So I can watch it on the daily. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Now, the problem with this is it's just daily, right? So I suppose really that would be, there we go. So I want to go monthly here. So this is showing me a month. So we can see this already just from the 19th of September, this climb. So yeah, I'm definitely expecting a correction back round to the 500 mark. I will be selling my Aqua at some point. I'm just going to ride this at the moment to see how far it goes. I kind of want to watch this grow and see where it ends up before I do anything. So I'm gonna watch that closely today. I'm gonna see what happens. On their site, they're saying it's worth 705. Yeah, it's got some catching up to do, but this is a good example. Very, very good example. Now, form will do the same thing. Form will do the same thing. Yeah, I think we can get rid of that. Okay, so we've covered that so far. So what we're going to do now, let's go and have a look. We've looked at the markets. I've talked about the investment and what you can possibly do. You can see what happens there. And so what I also do here is I've got this investment portfolio where you can see everything that I've got. So right away on here, if I look at this. All right, so let's go to my Aqua as an example here. So 721, right? So this is 721. I own, in terms of Aqua, 2134. And my interest at the moment is 251. Look at all of, these are all of the different things that I currently have that I'm staking. Cheers, Fitzy. Thank you, mate. These are all of the different platforms that I'm staking on right now. And Fitzy will tell you this. Fitzy's done the same thing. Fitzy's done the same thing. Fitzy did it with cake. Fitzy purchased cake, sold his cake, and made profit, and has reinvested that profit into form, into cake. So he's now built, okay, he started with his first wheel, he built out his second wheel, and so he's in the same process. He's doing the same thing. So my interest, I earn, okay, this is before I do any work, I earn at the moment over £3,000 per month in interest right now. £3,000 per month in interest right now. Would you like that for yourselves? Is that something you'd be interested in? And all you need to do is start small and start building it. So I would allocate a percentage of your SLP, whatever is right for you. Everyone's got bills to pay. Everyone wants money to live. Everyone wants to enjoy themselves. Everyone wants to spend some. But instead of going crazy, I'd maybe say whatever you earn, maybe take 25% if you can. 50 if you're crazy and you really want to make a difference, but take a percentage of your SLP and invest it. And use these, because all of these coins, they're all going to grow. And look, you can see the market today already. Sol. You know, I bought into Sol. Look at Sol right now. I bought into Sol at 139. I bought into Sol this morning. I bought in at 139. I bought in this morning right here. 8 o'clock this morning. So already on this, again, I'm 6% up right now on Sol. I could sell that right now. I could sell that and make a profit. I also bought into Coty. I'm in Luna, Rune, Quant, but we'll talk about that on Wednesday. Cake, all doing very well at the moment. CRO, another one that I'm involved in, making 10% on that. All of these coins. ADA, I bought in at ADA at 1.9. It's at 2.2. See, all of these coins that are going up, they're great to get into. Form, again, look, see, it's dropped a bit. Remember, I said it might drop. It's dropped a bit more. So this is it. This is it. This is what we're going to do. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that, see what happens, and yeah. So with that being said, let's move over. Let's move on and let's have a look, because what I want to do now is I want to start playing at some point as well. I might need to get a team to play with, because right now I don't have any Axie. And also, I don't know if you've seen this, but Coty, yeah, I bought Coty. I bought Coty. I don't know. I think at the moment Coty's already up. Coty's already gone, so I don't know if now's a good time. You might want to. I think the problem with Coty at the moment is it already went. So if I went on to the daily, Yeah, see, it was down here at like 5 cents, and then it kind of dipped back down to 9 cents. But it's the thing you got to think about is since then we've had a 500% rise in the last 2 months. 500% rise in the last 2 months. Coty's already kind of started to take off, and it's now reaching new all-time highs. I'd probably wait and see. I mean, it's just done its Coty's just had its announcement as well. The reason I love Coty so much is because you need to look into stable coins and Africa and what Coty's going to do. Coty's incredible coin. It's going to do some really, really good things in the world. It's partnered with Cardano. When Cardano does take off and Coty takes off and everything comes into place, this is all the hype of the news at the moment. So, like this pump that we've had here, like if you look at this, right, this is like an 80% pump in the last week. This is the last week. It's had an 80% pump. I would be waiting for the correction. I mean, Coty's not a bad buy, but it's definitely... You could definitely get into it. You can definitely get into it. It's definitely worth getting into. It's going to grow. Look, here's the thing. Coty's probably something that I'd get and hold for long term. If you're going to trade it, wait for the correction. But if you want to just buy in, then now's not a bad time. It's consolidating at the moment. It's had a pump. It's consolidating. It might go again. It could go again. But I think over time, it will be worth it. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked enough of it. But yeah. What was that? Shiba Inu? No, I mean, I wouldn't. So I'll tell you a funny story with Shiba Inu. I bought Shiba Inu. It was my first coin I ever bought. And I bought it because Binance told me to. They had an advert. And I was like, yeah, if Binance are advising it, I should buy it. I was really stupid when I first started. I would not buy Shiba Inu. And I do own Shiba Inu. So it is worth noting that I do own it. So I bought Shiba Inu. I paid about $500 for it. And look, what I'll do right now, I'm not going to show you. You don't need to see it. You can just trust me on this. I was going to show you it, but you can just trust me. So I'm going to log in now to my app, and you can see. In fact, I'll show the camera. Hold on. Where is my Shiba? So I lost my Shiba Inu. I lost it. Yeah, I got played by them. So here we go. I bought Shiba Inu. I think I bought about $500 worth when it was peaking, when it was on top, when all the hype was around it. And so I had it in Binance, and I learnt that I could stake it on the crypto.com app. And if I would earn interest. So I sent it from Binance on the Binance Smart Chain. I sent it to CRO app. But the CRO app only accepted ERC20. And so for 3 months, I lost my Shiba Inu. I lost it. I couldn't access it. It was in the CRO app, but it was in BSC, and they didn't support BSC for Shiba Inu, so I couldn't access my funds. Anyway, last week, this was Tuesday, the 21st of September, I saw a tweet from crypto.com, and they said, we've enabled BSC for Shiba Inu. And I thought, oh, nice. So I sent their support a message, and you can just about see that. I don't know if you can or not. So they actually credited my account. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's a bit hard to read. I think the cameras are a bit fuzzy. See, maybe I'll hold it out a bit further. Anyway, there is... I've got 10 million Shiba Inu, which is currently worth £50. So I put 500 in, and I've got 50 left. I'm down £450 on my Shiba Inu. I don't recommend this coin. This was a mistake I made at the start. I'm going to hold on to it because who knows, like maybe Elon Musk will tweet about it again and it will do something in the future. But it's a meme coin. There's no utility behind it. They're trying to build utility, but it's just not. It's not like the utility they've built is buggy. It's, yeah, that's it, right? That's it. I can say I'm a millionaire in Shiba Inu. It's like being a millionaire in Doge. Although Doge is slightly better, I wouldn't buy Doge. I wouldn't buy Shiba. I might give that to my daughter as a gift for a joke. So the coins that I would invest in. So look, here is a very quick and easy way to look at the coins that are worth investing in. Go to a website called Mazari.io. It's a free website. Okay, hold on. Let me show. Go to a website called Mazari.io. Okay, once you're on that website, Mazari.io, click on Screener at the top. Screener. Okay, and then on the right-hand side, click on Sector. Okay, and then what you'll have when you've done that is you'll have all the sectors in alphabetical order. Now, what I do when I look for coins, first thing I do is I will normally pick one coin in each sector. And I want to look at the reported market cap, and it has to be over $1 billion. If it is under $1 billion, I am not interested. So, advertising, basic attention token, almost $1 billion. I might take a risk with that. Application development, HOT, H-O-T, 1.4 billion. That is a coin I will invest in for application development. Scroll down. Asset management, Yearn Finance, 1.1 billion. That is a coin that I will invest in. Scroll down again. Keep going under asset management. What's the next one we have? Centralized exchanges, BNB. 648 million. Probably won't invest in BNB. Won't invest in any of those, to be honest. Keep going down. What have we got next? Collectibles. Nope, not big enough. Content creation and distribution. 5.4 billion. Theta network. Yes, definitely going to invest in Theta. And also T-Fuel. Keep scrolling down. What have we got next? Crowdfunding. Not enough. Currencies, what have we got here? Bitcoin, obviously. Bitcoin, yes. XRP, yes. Doge, no. I really wouldn't Doge. I just really wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Sorry, just not for Doge. It needs to have utility as well. See, this is only part of the thing. Litecoin, yes. Bitcoin Cash, possibly. XLM, yeah. Monero. You could argue a lot of these, but I don't do too much in currencies myself. Data management, okay, let's have a look at data management. 11 billion, Chainlink, yes. GRT, yes. Let's keep going down. What else have we got here? Decentralized exchanges, Uniswap, yes. PancakeSwap, yes. Thorchain, yes. Sushi, yes. CRV, yes. SRM, yes. All of these coins are ones that I'm going to be looking at. Keep scrolling down. Derivatives, SNX, yes. Perp, yes. See, you get an idea. Energy, no, not enough. Enterprise and BASS, ICX, yes. Keep going down. What else are we looking at? File storage, definitely. Filecoin, FIL, yes. Arweave, yes. 2 coins, definitely. Do you see what I mean? You start to see these coins. Now, gambling, what we're looking at here, not big enough, not interested. Gaming, what we got here? AXS, yes. Absolutely yes. Engine, yes. Keep scrolling down. Healthcare, not enough. Identity, not enough. Keep coming down. Information, not enough. Infrastructure, not enough. Interoperability. Quant network. We're going to be talking about Quant on Wednesday. Quant is one of the coins on Wednesday. Okay, this is just, if you're here now and you're listening at this part of the show, then understand that one of the coins we're going to be talking about on Wednesday with our guest, with Thomas, is Quant. Okay, there are two coins that we're talking about. Quant is one of them. Quant will be absolutely monstrous. Quant will be a monster. It will be used with governments, with when we talked earlier, remember at the start of the show, we were talking about governments and that they would need to use platforms that have been through all of the checks to ensure that they had their regulations. Well, Quant is going to be a massive part of that process. All right, so yes, Quant, definitely. Ren, yes, definitely. All right, let's keep going down. IoT. Minota, I don't personally, but you could. HNT, yeah, you could. I don't personally, but you could. Lending. I mean, we know lending's massive. Aave, yes. Maker, yes. Comp, yes. Sell, yes. Great coins. Keep going down. What we're looking at here. MIC. Okay, BitTorrent. I mean, you could argue that, yes. CHZ, yes. If you're into football and you see what they're doing in the sporting world, you'll know how big they are. Don't know what that is, but yes, definitely something I'd take a look at. Payment platforms. Crypto.com. Absolutely, yes. I'm all over this. It's massive. AMP. Yes, definitely. Keep going down. What else have we got? Nothing really there. Not interested in any of those at the moment. They're not big enough for me. Matic. Yes. Scaling. One of the biggest. Look at the difference between OMG and Matic. 1.2 billion and 7.2 billion. Matic is absolutely incredible. Up 6,000% this year. All right. Even Seller. Yes, definitely. Coins to look out for. All right. Keep scrolling down. Smart contract platforms. Ethereum. Yes. Cardano. Yes. Solana. Yes. Polkadot. Yes. And look at these numbers. 361 billion. I said anything over 1 billion. 71 billion, 43 billion, 28 billion. Avalanche, Avex, yes. Terra Luna, yes. Algo, yes. Atom, yes. ICP, yes. TRX, yes. All of these. VeChain, yes. XTZ, yes. Elga, yes. All of these. These are Kusama, yes. All of them. They're so good. Clio, yes. You have to take your pick, obviously. You can't have all of them, but yeah. Some really, really good ones there. Really, really good ones there. Smart contract platforms, massive at the moment. Social media, yeah, probably not. Stable coins. You know, if you want to get involved in stable coins, I'm not going to personally, but you could do. My bet on this is UST. I hold some UST. Just because of the interest I'm making on it. And then, yeah, just look at some of the other coins out there and you can see Mana, yes, I think Mana's great at the moment, especially for like virtual and augmented reality, especially around Decentraland. And then we look at things like wallets, not really enough there at the moment, but yeah, loads of stuff there. Now, again, some of these that are over 1 billion, like Shiba Inu, doesn't necessarily mean it's a good coin. So this doesn't mean these are the coins that I'm going to invest in. This is Mazari.io, and then we're on the screener section. So this doesn't mean that these are the coins. It just means that these are the coins I'm going to write down on a list, and they are the ones I'm going to look at. This is like a tracker portfolio. So then what I would do is I would come to my investing journal, look at my investment portfolio, and that would then become my watch list. This would now be my watch list. And then I would start to do my research around those coins. Which ones do I want? I would start tracking them. So then what I would do is I would take all of those coins and load them up into the list on TradingView. And then I would start looking at them and watching them and seeing, well, what's doing what? What's up? What's down? What's good? What's bad? You know? Like if you remember when you watched with Chainlink, I sold my Chainlink up here. I even told you I was joking about it. Look. I was like, I've got to get above that line. It went up. I said, hold, don't sell. I sold. It went up a bit more and then it dumped. And it hasn't really recovered since. So I don't own any Link at the moment. I'm out of Link. Yeah, I bought into Link to give you an idea of when I bought into Link. I don't even think it's on here. Yeah, I haven't even got it. I don't even know. But yeah, I recovered from my mistake. That was my main thing I needed to do. Oh, I actually think I bought in too high. That was why. So I made a mistake with Link. But, you know, you do. And with Matic as well. I mean, I sold out of my Matic before, but look at all the times I bought in and look at it now. It's so much cheaper than before. So, yeah, I mean, they're good coins and they're going to go places. But right now, I'm not interested in holding Link and Matic. I'm interested in holding coins like Form. Okay, again, if we have a look, you can see where it's currently sitting. It's kind of on this line here. These are the things that I'm looking at. My SLP. So SLP, we can see, we know it's still doing its thing. It's still on that nice line going up. So I'm happy. But that's what you need to look at. You need to look at your coins. So just to give you an idea of my portfolio right now is sitting like this. I have $20,000 in a hard wallet, which consists of BTC, ADA, Ether, DOT, and Sol. I've got about $4,000 of each. Then my staking wallet, I have Cake. I says I should have about 15,000 Cake. I don't actually know what I have. I need to have a quick check. I don't even know what I've got. If I go to my pools, I've got about 9,000, so I've sold a lot. I've got 511 Cake. So that's a good one for me to top up now. Put some more in there. I should have 679. I've actually got 511 because I sold some. Form. I should have some more form. Need to buy that. Should be able to put $6,000 into that. Okay, Luna, 13,000, but Luna obviously got a lot more in at the moment because it's grown. CRO, Aqua, I should have 2,000 because that's what I put in, but that's grown. So, yeah, this is what I put in initially, but then this is where I am now. So, yeah, that's where I am at the moment. Donkey is another one to look at. I've not talked about it before, but this is another one that I'd be looking at. Donkey. I do own Donkey. I don't know how much I've got at the moment, but look at this, 240% with cake. So this is hold on, let me see this. Wait, what? This is using Planet Finance. 140%. Really? No. They're putting cake, Planet Finance, and wheat. Okay. Right, so this is a good example. So look. Here's a good example of something I could do. Right? I could earn, right now, 77% here, or I could put it into Donkey, and I could earn 240% APY with Don. So I can get a boost. Because I've got my Donkey, I can get a boost with this. But I haven't got enough to get a full boost. I've got 1,000 Don, which is going to put me into Tier 1. I really feel like I need... Wow, look, with 50,000 Don. I kind of feel like I need to buy some more Don to get this acceleration going. But I can get an extra 10%, so I can get my 140 plus 10%. So I can get 150% on my cake. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to do this right now. You can watch me do it. I'm actually going to withdraw all of my cake. Everything. The whole lot. It's all coming out. All right? All of my cake I've just withdrawn. So you can watch me do this live. There we go. That's done. So now all of my cake is out of cake. I'm going to come across the Donkey and I'm going to refresh my screen. Okay. And I'm currently connected on here. So now what I can do is I can invest. How much cake do I want to invest? I'm going to invest a whole lot. Okay. I'm going to pay my fee. There we go. Now I'm happy to do this because I know Dong and I know Planet Finance. So I'm happy to do it. All right, so now this is invested. I need to just sign this. So just an example here. And then I need to boost my APY. Now I'm going to have to buy some more Don as well to get my maximum boost. And I'm happy to hold Don as well because Don's going to be fantastic in the future. So we're just going to wait for that. There we go. That's it. I'm going to boost my APY. So I'm going to lock my Don to get me some extra. Stake Don will be locked 14 days after unstaking. Don rewards are claimable on the go. All right. So how much is Don at the moment? Let me just check. So let's go to CoinMarketCap. Let's type in Don Key. There we go. How much is it right now? All right. That's not too bad. So let's do this then. What can I sell right now? See, the problem with Don is it's up so much. It's not up so much, but if we look at like a year, actually no, it is. On the month it's down, but in fact on the month it was up. Yeah, I'm going to buy some more. It's up at the moment. I don't really want to buy it. I should have bought it when it was at 50. It's currently at 65. I can still buy some. It's fine. So I can go across to my Binance and I can sell something now within Binance. I'll have a look after this show actually. And I'm going to then upgrade. So I need to have, I'm going to go for 5,000. So I'm going to get another 4,000 Don. So let me just check that out. What's that going to be? So to buy another 4,000 Don, it's going to cost me another 2,636. All right. So I'm going to do that because then what that's going to do is going to give me an additional boost on top here, an extra 50%. And then I can also hold the Don as well. But yeah, so that's already in there. So yeah, 140%, right? There we go. And you can see all the other people that are doing the same thing. Look, this person's put 1,600 cake in. This person's put 5,000 cake in. That's crazy. Like, you start to see the idea of what people are putting in here. You start to understand. And when you see platforms like this and you realize how important these are for the future, institutions that come into this, they're going to want simplicity. They're going to want convenience. So like platforms like this. So I've just taken my 70% cake and I've now turned it back into 140%. And that's because I'm using Planet Finance, which has a much better. In fact, I can do this right now. Let's take some of the Aqua out of this, shall we? I think we can probably cash in some of this now. So let's take some Aqua out of here. I want to sell. How much Aqua do I want to sell? Let's sell 5 Aqua right now. I think that's good. So I can sell 5 Aqua. Take me back down. I think that'll be fine. And I can move that over to Don. So I need to work out how much did I say I needed. So this is where I need to look at this. All right, so I need 2,000. I need like $3,000. So how do I take $3,000 out of this? So I need to know what Aqua is to remove. So let's go to Aqua now. You start to see what you do, like what I'm doing, hopefully by sharing this with you. Normally I would do this off stream. So I know I need to get 3,000. Okay, so I need 4.27. So I'm going to take out 5 Aqua. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this. All right, and I'm going to withdraw 5 Aqua at $700. And I don't know if it's going to keep pumping up or it's going to go down or not. I can't tell. All right, but for the price it is currently at, I'm quite happy to do that. I'm going to withdraw my 5 Aqua. And I'm still going to be ahead of where I was when I invested. So there we go. So I withdraw my 5 Aqua. All right, I confirm that. That's now done. Now I need to obviously sell my Aqua. All right, so if I go from here, swapping on, there we go. So that's now completed. So I can sell my Aqua, so I can refresh this now. There we go. So I've got my 5 Aqua. All right, and I want to change this into, because I need to change it into Don, right? So let's come across to Donkey Finance. And I want to do it on the BEP20. So I need wrap BNB, right? I think that's how I bought it. I can't actually remember. They'll normally tell you on here the best way to get it. Anyway, there's loads of stuff. Again, looking at the investors, okay? But that's what we're going to do. So now I'll come across to here, and I need to look at what I'm going to turn that into before I buy this. I can't actually remember how I bought it before. Don't want to do that. Don't need to do that. All right, so I need to come back out here. I need to buy this. Is it wrap BNB or can I just use BNB? So hold on a sec, because I want. All right, so what I want to do is I want to get the token. So the best thing to do is always to come to the website, all right, and you can grab the one that you need. So I'm going to grab this token because I want the BEP20. Paste it in, make sure it's correct. It is correct. I'm happy with that. All right, then I can come across here. Oh, there we go, look. Yeah, I understand, import. Yeah, my balance is there. I know that's the right token. Am I going to be able to use BSD for this to buy Don? I think I can, right? Can I do that? Let me just check. Insufficient liquidity for this trade. What was my liquidity? Oh, so no, I don't. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I could do that at like 15%. It won't matter, right? Because, oh no, I can. So 15% will work. What's a 13%? Okay, 13% works. Does 12% work? All right, so there is liquidity now. Does 1% work? Oh, 1% does work now. All right, so I normally go 1.01. All right, so I can go BUSD. That's fine. So now I'll go on here. All right, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to turn it into BUSD. So that is going to give me 3,519 BUSD. Okay, so I'm going to swap that. I'm going to confirm that swap. I'm happy with that. $710. Just double check and make sure like it's not popping off or doing anything crazy. Let's have a quick look just to make sure I'm absolutely super certain on what I'm doing. Scroll down. Can't really do much on here because there's just nothing on here. It's not really anywhere good to be seen at the moment, so I can't use. I suppose I could use like a maybe Dex Guru might be the best one to use. Oh. That is not the right one. It's this one. Oh, there we go. This is probably Dex Guru is probably the best one for me to use right now. So I mean, can argue the fact that it's still going up. It might go again. I don't know. I want to see. I want to sell this at the best point, right? So that's what I want to do here. I want to make sure that if I'm going to sell it, I'm selling it at the best point, and I'm not going to let it drop too much. See, it could drop under 700. I might just keep an eye on this for the moment. Okay, remember what I said I can do? I can do these lines on here, right? So what I could do here is this horizontal line on here, right? And I can say, do you know what? If this drops like under here, I'm going to sell it. And then I can right click, I can set an alert. I don't know if you can on this one, but anyway, that's the sort of thing I'd say. I'm just going to keep an eye on this. I'm not going to sell it just yet. All right, I'm going to reject that for now. I'm not going to sell it just yet. So I'm going to hold this here ready to go. But the whole idea now is that this is ready to go, and I'm going to transfer it into my donkey. And when I do that, I'm going to put that in to give myself the boost. So then I'm going to get another 50% on top of what I'm already getting. And also then when Don does take off, I'm going to get that as well. By the way, Jason, 100 stars. Thank you ever so much for the stars, Jason. Very, very grateful for that. Corazon, thank you for the 11 stars as well. And for the 50 stars you sent before. I'm so sorry I didn't see the stars, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just filter this so I can see those. And I apologize. I am really, really sorry that I did not see those stars. I apologize. Wow, Gembest for the 10 stars. Coffee whilst watching, sir. Good evening and good morning. Thank you so much for the stars, everyone. I'm really grateful. Thank you. Has this been good today? Have you enjoyed it? Has it been valuable? You know, I'm trying to show you a little bit of what I do outside of Axie so you can see what's happening. Hopefully this shows you my thought process of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it so you can kind of get to see. And you can get to understand like what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and the reasons behind everything. Hopefully this has been useful. So then the only thing I've got left to really talk about very quickly as I come here, and by the way, at the moment, price of Axies are nice and cheap at the moment. Like 0.8 is great, 0.9 great. But these backline Bidens are so damn expensive. Like I don't really want to spend this for them. So what we're doing at the moment is I'm buying up loads of front and mid lines. I'm buying loads of them up and I'm waiting for the back lines. So yeah, I'm going to have to get to the point where I can buy some more of these backlines. But we're going to breed as well. So we've got breeding starting. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of cool stuff. But yeah, so I'm out of PancakeSwap right now. I'm not on the PancakeSwap website. I've closed that position out. That's done. And I'm now using Donkey instead. But you could also do it in here. I could click on stablecoins in here. I can go to the base and look, Aqua for cake. I don't do this again. I don't like doing this because the problem with this is even though you're going to get 4,000% return, I don't like the liquidity of this. If like Aqua pumps the way it just has, you could end up getting like you can get hurt there. I only use vaults. It's all I use. I only use vaults. That's all I use. And if I use a vault here, look, there's a cake vault. So I can get 159% just alone if I was in here. Just by putting my cake in here, I can get 159%. So I'm getting 70% on the cake's website, or I can come here and I can get 159%. Obviously, it makes more sense that I'm going to come here, right? So then I can look at what I'm getting here is 240%. Now, the reason I'm able to get 240% there is when you look at the what it does, it takes 50% of your cake and puts it on Planet Finance, and it puts the rewards back into Donkey, and 50% goes into wheat, and it puts it back into Donkey. So that's the way it does it. All right, and that's how it gives you that bonus. So you just need to understand this is a very good tool to be able to use. So, yep. Yeah, definitely one to look into and to understand better. Obviously, it's saying it's a high risk portfolio. We understand that, but you know, as long as you trust the platforms, I trust Planet Finance, I trust Donkey. I mean, I'm taking a risk with wheat because I don't know it, but that's fine. I'm going to double my returns, so I'm happy to do that. So yeah, that's where we are. Or I could just come and sit it here. I could sit it here and just take the 159 and be confident with this and not be too greedy. The same with Ethereum. You can get 43% on your Ethereum. So yeah, definitely a good one to have hold of. So that being said, also my shitcoins. I think can I put my shitcoins in a vault? Oh no, I can't. That's a shame. I could have put my SHIB. Oh, they don't even take SHIB. Wow, SHIB is such a bad coin, they don't even take it. That would have been quite funny. So this is Uranus, the planet Uranus, which is for shitcoins, which I think is hilarious. I like what they've done there. They've got lending and NFTs coming soon as well, so pretty cool. But yeah, that's done. So that is waiting on the Axies there. Let's have a quick look. Closing everything else down. I think we've hit a point here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sell this right now. I'm pretty... I think... You remember what's happened here? Look, so it peaked up and it's pushed down. We've got a down hammer. We've got a down hammer. Remember what I said? Now, I know this is only a 10-minute one, so it doesn't really matter. We want to look at the 1 hour if we're going to look at anything. I realised. It is still pumping a bit, so maybe I'll leave it. But when we do get that down hammer, not the 10-minute one, I'm not using that. But when we get this... Oh, it's not even on there anymore. When we do get that down hammer, that is a point when I will be looking to sell. But yeah, great gains today. Look at those gains today. Absolutely phenomenal gains. That's all today. Since midnight. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we're going to get ready to sell that. I'm going to keep that on a different screen so I can watch it. And I will see what that does throughout the course of the day. I will keep moving it up, and when it drops below, I will sell it. I will also keep this screen open and ready to go, so that in a moment's notice, I am ready to swap my coins out. I will do that. That I will put into BUSD, and I'm ready to go. So that can just stay there ready now. Donkey, I'll keep that open as well, so I remember what I'm doing. And Pancake Swap as well, I'm going to need that as well. Perfect. Right, so that's everything that I need, all done and in a different screen. So that's all I'm going to talk about today in terms of trading and what I'm doing and what's going on. What I'm going to quickly touch on now, just because I want to give you a quick idea, is let's have a look at the scholars. Let's see how the scholars are doing. So as you can see right now, and I am super, super excited to be able to share this with you. We have right now, bearing in mind, okay, I need to just say this. It was the weekend. Okay, yesterday was Sunday. It was the weekend. There is absolutely no requirement to farm SLP on a weekend. If anyone farms SLP on a weekend, it is optional. It is because you want more, not because you have to. You don't have to. You don't need to. There's no requirement. If you are farming SLP on a weekend, that is just extra money in your pocket. So yesterday, all of the scholars collectively generated 8,600 SLP. So we're averaging, right now, we are averaging across the board, we are averaging 184 SLP a day. We have 46 accounts live. Okay, I know we need the Axie for the remaining accounts. We have 173 Axie. Okay, and this is how it currently looks. So let's go through and look at the start. So, Dit's nothing today, and that's absolutely fine. I get that. But yesterday, 408, an average 318. Sitting at 2,000 MMR, getting 18 SLP for a win. Looking forward to payday. That one's going to be exciting. 4,000. So look at that. 2,000 SLP going across to Dits in a couple of days. Basic at the moment doing really well yesterday, 240 SLP. I know Basic struggled a little bit, and to have a day yesterday where he did 240 SLP is incredible to watch. He was struggling for a little bit, pulled up over the minimum now, has an average of 131. I know Coach Cody's been working with Basic, and this is so good to see. Almost at 1,500 MMR. Absolutely incredible to see. I'm so proud to see this happen. Ain at the moment, 219 yesterday, 209 average. Sitting at 1,883. Again, very nice. Anil sitting at 120 yesterday. 100, and again, this is all extra. What was yesterday wasn't required. 179 average at 1,375 MMR. Honorable Shogun sitting at 172 average at 1,300 MMR. Again, incredible. Look at all of this SLP, like 2,000 SLP to be paid out in a couple of days. It's amazing. Look at the scholars. It's fantastic. It's all good. Remember, this is every 2 weeks we pay this out now. Every 2 weeks. Then we've got Miracle. Miracle's doing really well at the moment. 369 average. Okay. 2,000 MMR. 18 per win. Currently sitting on 2,200. Nice to see. G sitting on 166 average, 1,400 MMR. Sneaky, 160 average, 1.3. Really good. Strike, 157 average, 1.4. So just to let you know, if you see this and it's orange, all it means is that if the average is orange, it will take longer than a year to... That's what it means. It just means that it will take a... So if it's red, it means you're falling under the minimum requirement. If it's orange, it means that you're above the minimum requirement, but it will take you longer than a year to graduate. And if you're green, it means all good. As long as your numbers are green every day, it means you're all good. So, and it's not a problem. Obviously, you know, you don't have to be green. You can be orange. And if you're red, we'll obviously have a chat. And not if it's on the weekend. Like, if it was red yesterday, I don't care because it was the weekend. And I never count today's because you might still be grinding. So ignore today's. In fact, I think I can probably hide today's because we don't need to see it, right? Like, we don't need to see today's. There we go. So we can see what happened yesterday and we can see the average. That's much better. There we go. So, yeah. Let's just minimize that. That looks nice. 99,163. We're going to hit... So we've still got 3 days left till payday. Payday is going to be... We can't do it before because obviously the 15th. So it has to be done on the 30th. Okay, so we do the payday on the last day of the month. So it's on the... oh no, sorry, it's on the 1st and the 15th, isn't it? We do it. So the 1st, so that's fine. I can't do it on the 15th though. If we do it on the 1st, it'd have to be done on the 16th, wouldn't it? So I'm going to do it on like the last day of the month, I think. Because it has to be 15 days apart. I think. No, it doesn't actually matter, does it? I don't think I can claim. I'll have a check. It might have to be done on 30th. We'll check. But anyway, where was we? So coming down here, strike 157. Yep. 169 for Mikkel. 1,350. Gracie, 169. Fantastic. 1,400 MMR. Doing really well, Gracie. Awesome to see. Be humble. Incredible. For somebody that doesn't play games, be humble. Amazing. Obviously looking forward to payday. That's going to be fantastic. 1,400 average. And Jethu is on 159. 1,300 MMR. That's fantastic. Ivan P, 463 yesterday. 468 today. That's insane. 5,500 SLP. Absolute monster, Ivan. Working incredibly hard. 2,777 SLP coming to Ivan at the moment. At the moment. Ain, why are you embarrassed with yourself? Don't be embarrassed with yourself. You're doing really well. You're doing fantastic. You got 2,500 SLP. You're doing incredible. You're 1,800 MMR. And nothing at all to be embarrassed about. In fact, you're doing incredibly well. So, yeah, keep going down. Ivan doing incredibly well as well. Air on 217, 2,200. Yeah, so the 15th. But if I do it on the 1st, can I do it on the 15th? I don't know if it lets you. We'll see. Marcus doing really well at the moment. 189, 1,700. there is always a 1st and a 15th. But if I do it on the 1st, do I have to then wait to claim? Like, is it a 15-day between claiming periods? Oh, it's 14 days. It's 14 days between. Okay, so yeah, it's a 1st and a 15th. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so we'll be doing the payday on the 1st then. Kim as well, doing really, really well. Marcus doing really, really well. Fade's doing well. Felix doing incredible. Really good. 400 yesterday. Fantastic. Orky 16514. See, everyone's doing so well. Mischief, Snowy doing really well. Yeza doing well. Raddy will do. Look, everyone doing so well. Mackie doing well. Tornado. Jason doing great. Sed's doing great. Demigod, fantastic. Not a Weeb doing great. Swake Karma, awesome. Ain, awesome. Aaron, awesome. Jenna doing really well. M's doing really well. Yeah, baby, doing good. Jenaza, I can see struggling a little bit, but that's okay, not a problem. Kado has just started, and that's absolutely fine. And it was a weekend, and there was no requirement, so that's fine. Still doing well on MMR. Gullaman doing really well. Uni doing really, really well. Eccentric doing fantastic. Octo 26 doing okay, struggling a little bit, but not too bad. Only just started. Man X doing well. Nezuko needs a little bit of help, but doing okay. Diane doing okay, and Ferdinand Jr. only just started. So can't really blame the people that have only just started. It's not fair on them. A couple of people struggling, a couple of people doing okay. Who's topping the leaderboard at the moment for MMR off season? Ivan P. Currently getting 21 SLP a win. So is Air, 21 SLP a win. Felix, Kim, definitely not Ditz, Miracle, Ain, and Miracle, sorry, getting 18 SLP a win. Ain, Iron, M's 12, Tornado 12, Aaron G getting 12, Marcus getting 12, Demigod, Janard, oh wow, so many. Yeah, baby, Eccentric, Uni, Fades, Seds, Gullerman, Jenaza, awesome, all doing 12, and Not a Weeb, all doing 12. Great effort so far. Absolutely incredible. And in terms of average, Ivan P just kind of sitting on top there, doing really well at the moment. In fact, I think what that requires for me is to come across to the site. I need to find out who is the GOAT right now. So let's go into roles. We're going to server settings. Let's look at the roles. The GOAT. Kim, you're incredible. You really are, Kim. I really like you. I like you so much. But it's nothing personal when I do this. It's just there can only be one GOAT. And right now, the GOAT is Ivan P. Only because it's based on MMR. Kim's still doing incredibly well there. Ivan P, congratulations. You deserve the GOAT crown. You currently have the GOAT crown. You deserve it. Doing amazing. Doing really, really, really well. In terms of below 100, we have one below 100, but it's not fair to say that's Kado's fault because it's an average. And also, Kado's only just started. Kado's only just started, so we can't really judge this at the moment. So this is not fair to judge this based on the fact that this person has only just received their account, which means that if we don't take that into consideration, everybody is above the 100 minimum. Everybody is above the 100 minimum. And also, and anyone over 35 at the moment, anyone over 35 has just started. So yeah, 38 is fine. I'm not worried about that. Not worried about that. One of the last 10 scholars. In fact, sorry, 37. So 10 scholars since these two. Started literally 6 days ago. I'm just a farming cow. Well, like I said, you know, minimum requirements are there for fair working conditions. And I think they are fair working conditions. 2 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. If you want to do more, you can. Obviously, when the price of SLP goes up, we'll look at the, you know, the US dollar value will start to look much more attractive. I know it doesn't look great at the moment. But yeah, the fact that everyone's still sitting over 100 is fine. 100 means if you're sitting at 100, it basically means, like for Diane as an example, it will take Diane 20 months to own her Axie, whereas it will take somebody like Sneaky 12 months. Okay, so Sneaky is going to own his Axie 8 months earlier than Diane will. That's the kind of the example at the moment that we have in place. But like I said, we'll keep an eye on everything. We'll see how it all goes. Right, ladies and gentlemen, like that's it. We're kind of done for the day. Like I feel like we've done everything that we need to do. I think we're at a point now where, you know, everything is where it needs to be. I think the scholars are doing it absolutely. I am blessed and humbled to be able to be part of this, to see all of you in here helping each other, working out, talking to each other. I very often find myself just scrolling through, lurking in the background, seeing what's going on. I would say right now for form, anything under 1.5 is great. I would say anything under 0.15 is great. I'm waiting for 0.14. Just based on where everything is with form at the moment in the market. So, yeah, I think it can get back down there again. I think we can see it. It's possible. We'll see. But, yeah, we're going to wait for that trend line. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's it. We're done. I'm so sorry again about the interview. I do apologise. That was totally my fault. I got the timing wrong. So we will be doing an interview on Wednesday. I've already mentioned one of the coins we're going to talk about is Quant, QNT. The other one we will announce on Wednesday, and we will explain why we are watching these. So that's it for today. Have an amazing day. Whatever it is you're up to, grind hard, my friends. Look after yourself. Be safe. And I will see you on Wednesday for the next stream.